Hello, welcome. I'd like to take you on a little tour of my model train set and the train layout. This train is a American Flyer S-gauge train that has been in my family since the 1950s. You can see that with a little love and care, it runs just as well now as it ever did. All of the cars that are being pulled by the diesel locomotive have been in the family for as long as I can remember. The platform itself is set up pretty much the way Dad used to do it. His platform was different. It was simply painted green, but he also had the track set up as an oval within an oval. He also drilled holes up through the bottom to light the buildings from underneath. Mine has a few enhancements. It has some fuzzy textured grass. It has some lifelike trees and shrubs that were generously provided by a friend of mine as a gift. Everything else is just about the way Dad used to do it. Let me take you on a tour now of the town. We'll start in front of the control center there with the Plasticville train station, the train depot. Oh, before we get there, we got the park right in front of it. It is the center of our town. Underneath the central light there is a little park bench that the young lovers of Plasticville like to sit and canoodle on in the warm summer evenings. The train depot, as I mentioned, next to it, on one corner of the square, is the Plasticville police station. We have the post office directly across from us at the far end of the square. And across from the police station is the Plasticville Volunteer Fire Department. The fire truck and car sitting in front, like all of the vehicles on my layout, were Matchbox cars that I played with as a kid back in the 1960s. Come upon a couple of residences. The ranch-style house here is a replacement for the one that I had. Over the years, these plastic things have broken or warped. I was very lucky to find an identical replacement to the original ranch-style house. Next to it is my favorite building of all in Plasticville. It's this little bungalow-type house. Moving right along at the other far end of the square is the schoolhouse, and next to it, the church. Once upon a time, the church had a music box mechanism in it. That mechanism sadly died a few years back and has been removed since. We'll reverse our direction of travel a little bit. Have a look at the farm here on the outskirts of Plasticville. The farm animals, we've got some cows down there by the lake and some pigs, some horses hanging out by the barn there. Mr. Farmer himself is making his way to the outhouse there. The farmhouse is probably the most complex of the buildings that I have to put together every year. It takes a little bit of doing, but it's fun nevertheless. Coming on around, we've got the diner. The Plasticville Diner is here. Popular eating establishment. Next to it is the No-Tell Motel. And looks like there are a couple of people spending the night in Plasticville Hotel this evening. The airport sits next to the motel. People would fly in, spend the evening, A couple of businesses here that are worthy of noting. We've got a greenhouse with some beautiful tulips, red and yellow, blooming at the moment, and a small clothing store. Over this way, this billboard doubles as a train whistle. And although it's not the one that Dad owned, that one died a few years back. I was very lucky to find this at an estate sale. It's an exact duplicate of the one that Dad had. Let's have a quick look over here. The friend who helped me build the platform also built this marvelous display case for me. The case normally has a couple of plexiglass doors on the front. They've been removed to deal with the glare from the lights. The train on the top is made up of a number of pieces that I found at garage sales, estate sales, flea markets, and train shows over the past few years. Underneath it, the passenger train, all of the Pullmans, the Pullman cars, and the steam locomotive up front, the Royal Blue. Those are also cars that have been in my family from the very beginning. I hope you've enjoyed this look at my model train. Thanks so much for sticking with me this far. This is something that I put up every year between Thanksgiving and New Year's. So it's a holiday tradition that I hope that my family will continue to enjoy for many, many more years to come. Thanks for hanging out with me, and have a happy holiday.